onset of the new year, it's time to talk about the future, whether it is economy, politics, growth of an industry, or in the present scenario, about the third wave and the pandemic's impact on growth. In this episode, I will get you up to date on the trending topics of Industry 4.0, also known as the fourth industrial revolution, as well as Logistic 4.0. While Industry 4.0 focuses on the evolution of industry, resulting in some jobs and business becoming redundant, Logistic 4.0 talk about the advancement by increasing efficiency without necessarily replacing human intervention. Let's get into the topic to understand this better. Before we get into Logistic 4.0, let me first introduce you to Industry 4.0. This terminology was first introduced by German government at the beginning of this decade, where they talked about the evolution of information and communication technologies in the industry, increasing the organizational efficiency and its level of competition and disruption. Similarly, other governments have been using different terminologies to talk about their industrial initiative and future plans. For example, the US called it smart manufacturing, China called it Made in China 2025, and India is referring to this phase as Make in India or Digital India. Though Industry 4.0 emphasizes on improving the existing system, this will disrupt or demolish some of the existing systems. Some sectors which stand to be impacted the most are: number one, the financial sector. This segment, which is people-centric, is moving more towards AI-centric. Decision will no longer be dependent on analysts but on technology alone. I believe some of you may remember that Jack Ma's A&T group designed a system where banks do not require any analyst to profile any person in China to decide his credit appraisal. These days, where every living person is leaving data footprint everywhere, whether it is buying a coffee or a car and paying for milk or anything by credit card, it's easy to identify purchase pattern and profile the customer and take business decisions. The automation of touch points have already started happening, while check-in counters for many airlines already doing away with staff. The jobs of even skilled people like translators will disappear. Many retail stores no longer have checkout counters manned by people. Instead, they have automated baskets that can read the tag of all your purchases and generate bill, which you can pay by card in the machine slot and move on. And number three, health sector. These days, robots can do better analysis and diagnose and prescribe medicine based on your symptoms, your history, data of similar possible diseases in your area. Special robots can even do surgery more accurately. And number four, the CRM. Telecalls will be taken over by bots who can actually read your emotions and change the questions and answers accordingly. With the advent of driverless trucks and cars and even pilotless planes, this sector is headed for major change. The next one is the real estate industry. 3D printing might replace a normal mason or labor job. The days of entire house being 3D printed is not far. The list you are seeing on the screen is the list of some of the current jobs that will get completely redundant in future. Earlier, the job which did not require skill was taken over by machines, and now even the skilled jobs. This also means the people will have to reskill themselves to stay in the workforce. Some of these you would be finding interesting to go through. I'm not reading this out, but you can save and go through this later. However, some professions might become more prominent and demand will increase for artists, musicians, actors, etc. When the routine jobs are being taken over, people will naturally have more time that will have to be filled by leisure activities like watching movies, listening to music, visiting theaters, etc. You can compare this to the Renaissance, the cultural revolution that happened in the 16th century, with the arrival of machines that led to saving time for people. On the other hand, when we are talking about Logistic 4.0, we are not talking about any process getting disrupted or doing away with manpower requirement. Though Logistic 4.0 operates under the same principle, it works with a different set of rules. It's more about bringing efficiency to the entire process of logistics, which will revolutionize the industry. Logistic industry will become digital, and communication between machines and human in real time will result in all process to be AI based. Some areas of revolution will be in number one, resource planning. Adoption of AI will bring in predictivity in logistics. All manual intervention in planning, right from requirement planning, space utilization planning, etc., will be taken over by AI-based algorithms. The predictive planning will help in getting the right product in the right quantity, in the right condition, at the right place, at the right time, at the right price to the right customer. This will drastically reduce inefficiency and bring in a high degree of accuracy and cost saving. Technology will bring in accuracy and transparency to the entire supply chain. And number three, the production planning will change as algorithms and data support will predict the future demand, which will result in logistic requirement being arranged without any lead time in preparation. Number four, warehouse management. Some of you might have seen the automated warehouse videos of Amazon, which was viral on WhatsApp, where the machines do the sorting and movement of right packages. The future warehousing will do away with human workforce, and automated operation will remove the inefficiency and reduce cost, and perhaps the requirements of warehousing will reduce or will get eliminated due to predictive deliveries with the zero lead time. Number five, transportation management. Driverless trucks will be the future, and IoT adoption will ensure that the entire chain of smart trucks, smart containers, smart pallet, etc. communicate with each other. Space utilization through AI will result in all the current rules and remove manual planning. Whether this is for ships or truck or warehousing, everything is going to change. This will bring in efficiency but will disrupt and remove the current manual oriented system. Logistic 4.0 will integrate the development of Industry 4.0 and evolve and integrate the process of getting the right product in the right quantity, in the right condition, at the right place, at the right time, to the right customer, at the right price. Though there will be challenges in evolving to Logistic 4.0, it's time that logisticians take steps towards this development. The integration of technology with the logistic will optimize the business model and operations, and logistic companies are only going to benefit from this development. In the old days, your skills would give you a job for 20 to 30 years or even a lifetime also. But today, it's just 2 to 3 years, which means the workforce need to continuously reskill to stay on this job. Hope this topic has aroused your interest in the future of logistic industry. Do share your comments and views on the same. And if you like this video, do share it in your circle. To stay updated on upcoming episodes, subscribe to our channel and click the bell button. Thank you very much and see you next week.